I've interviewed abductees. I've interviewed a woman that after she went through hypnosis, and we mentioned that earlier in the interview, how dangerous hypnosis can be as a tool if it's in the wrong hands and implemented, and can psychologically scar an individual. But she was digressed, or regressed, I should say, and had a UFO experience. Now she won't even open her closet door or look under her bed, because that's where she claims the UFO entities tend to emerge from.
Well, that's 3-year-olds got the monsters in the closet.
What advice would you give to UFO abductees? When I talk to people that have seen a UFO, they say, what can I do? And I say, nothing. Should I go to the police? No, because you'll bring scorn and ridicule, and they're not going to help you anyways. And they'll just write you down in the book, and you'll have the cruiser drive by, not because they want to protect you from a UFO, but this guy must be nuts. What my advice is for other people to, that these people should form some sort of support group. Share their experiences with others who have similar experiences, and perhaps you can have consolation, and you can have that type of support within your own. Would you agree to that?
Nope.
Okay.
What I tell them, if you think you've been abducted, don't tell anybody.
Okay.
Stay right away from everybody, and in time you will remember. And then once you remember, then you will know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to need a support group.
Okay. Good advice. Good advice indeed. So the abduction phenomena. Do you see the abduction phenomena? If you look at UFO sightings, they started landing in the 50s. Yours was the first abduction account in the 60s. People taken on board saying that there were sexual tests performed on them. Now there are women that said that they've been claiming that they've been pregnant, and that I call it intergalactic womb snatching, whereby they said they were pregnant.
Nurses will tell you that almost every woman of childbearing age at some time or another has what we call the missing baby syndrome.
The false pregnancy.
Right.
That you
The
think
false
that you're
pregnancy.
pregnant, and your body gives you the signs that you're pregnant.
Yep.
God, I'm lucky I'm a guy. Sometimes when I don't. So you're saying that this agenda, are they stepping up their agenda? Are they making drones? Are they making half human, half alien entities?
How can they? You can't mix a dog and a cat together.
Okay.
You
We're two
can't
separate
mix them in
species.
people.
And if they are astronauts.
And just because of the shape of us, there's no sign that their internal organs are the same.
So you don't buy into that then?
No, I don't.
Okay. In concluding the
In fact, in the real abductions that I've worked with, there has been no sexual interest at all in any of them, man or woman.
It seems that they just want to scare the bejesus out of them. Is that what you're saying? Because of the trauma?
No, they're searching every real abduction. They're looking for different kinds of information. The testing they do on this person is totally different from this one, from this one, from this one. It's looking like they're looking for information for themselves. Well, I keep repeating the same old tests over and over again.
Dr. Jacques Vallée has a great adage. We have to understand that we may not be able to understand. Do you like that?
Well, my book, Common Sense Approach to UFOs, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Betty Hill.
What's the address?
953 State.
If they want to buy it.
Yep.
Okay.
Jacques Vallée loves this book.
It is a common sense approach. You do take a common sense approach to UFOs.
Right.
You don't look at this upon this as an evil phenomena. You look upon this as an interesting phenomenon.
Right.
This is,
They're
astronauts. They're explorers. They're just like somebody coming
explorers.
from Spain to New Hampshire.
Right.
They're tourists,
Right.
basically, aren't they?
Yep.
Are
They're
there-
looking us over. Let's face it. Why would any advanced civilization want to get friendly with us?
Right, but in the same
We're
token,
not really we're still quite primitive, you know.
if you look at the prelude, the order of battle, and I don't like to say that, but you send recon. If you're scouting out an area, before I buy a tract of land, I scout it out with the wife. Do you think that they have eyes on our planet? Do you think that they want to mine our planet, and that this planet would be better off run by them and not by us? And moreover, if we were disposed on like fleas, a case of fleas on this planet, do you think that their intentions are malevolent?
I think they wouldn't take us as a gift.
So you're saying is they like the planet, but they don't like what's on it?
I think they're trying to decide what level of evolution we're in.
Where'd you go
and
wrong?
when are we going to progress?
Mm-hmm.
It's every year we get worse rather than better.
Do they have their eyes on the planet and its minerals?
Not to my knowledge.
have they assisted the military in developing third, fourth, fifth generation aircraft? Have we made a quantum leap in avionics due to alien intervention?
I think we've had advances in our technology based on things that we've obtained from crashed UFOs.
So
like fiber optics.
Okay, Philip Corso was the one who wrote The Day After Roswell. All of this,
I agree with him.
Unfortunately,
in fact, I know 2 people who did an analysis of the stuff.
Well, unfortunately, I can't find holes in his story. He is who he says he was. That's no denying.
Because the only difference I would have is he seemed to think that the UFOs were a threat to us.
I know he made
But this is military. Anybody violating our airspace could be a threat.
I know the Materiel Command at Wright-Pat were all nervous, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, when this book came out, because that was one of their own coming out under secrecy and obliterating his oath, and there wasn't anything they could do to him.
Yep.
So that there was some sort of confluence of alien intelligence or alien inventions that were subtly cast into the industrial mainstream and brought to fruition through fiber optics, through night vision goggles, through super strong alloys, through maybe some
bulletproof vest,
an exotic propulsion system, perhaps. So, do you believe that we are flying exotic aircraft out of?
No.
Okay, that we don't have the capability.
No.
Do you believe that we perhaps have a string of lethal satellites orbiting the planet that may be, in fact, not there to shoot down intercontinental ballistic missiles, but are in orbit, say, to...
shoot down UFOs?
There you go. Do you believe that's possible?
Oh, I think we might attempt it, but I don't think we'd be successful.
So in other words, before we fight, we're going to train, and that's the way the military looks at it. If they cannot take on an opponent and defeat it, then they're going to go back and into the drawing board until they're ready to have that technology and take down these UFOs. Do you think that that's in the government's agenda eventually, is to shoot them down and leave us out? Is the sake of our species at stake here?
No, I don't think. First of all, the government's not going to shoot them down. And you say government, I'm talking about all the governments of the world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because it would be futile. It would be like peasants throwing rocks at an F-16 jet fighter, for instance.
Right.
Okay.
And they're not threatening us in any way.
The phenomenon is moot, as they say.
Yeah.
There is a mundane threat. Tell me what's in your book. What are you talking about?
It's about my experiences with UFOs since 1961.
Is it a handbook how to see UFOs? Do you give tips there?
Well, I have the, how we found the area and all.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand there are several areas in this country where people go out, just like we did, every night, and observe and take pictures.
Some can say Sedona, Arizona, Gulf Breeze. Some say the Nevada Desert. Some now say outside Salt Lake City to the west at Hill Air Force Base, Dugway Proving Grounds.
I've always heard of up towards Lake Michigan, that area.
Right, the Great Lakes Triangle, right. That's always been a hotbed for UFO sightings. West Virginia had a spate of sightings in the 50s and 60s in that area of Virginia. So you don't think it's relative to what's underneath the ground. It's just that it's chance that they chose a specific area, or they found people that are interested in them. For instance, you have that area in southern New Hampshire.
And I think, all right, now, for example, they're interested in things that we do.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in this area where we went out to observe, about 2 or 3 miles away, they're building a golf course. Every night the UFOs are out there looking over to see what's going on. And not too far from there, this farm decided to start growing all these fruit trees. And they had all this heavy equipment and everything, they're planting acres of them. Well, we used to go out and watch the UFOs flying around the heavy equipment.
Let me ask you this, how do they eat? Do you believe in cattle mutilation? Do you think that's equated with aliens?
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
You're open-minded to that, or you haven't done enough investigation such that you couldn't comment?
Well, I wrote about with the police out in Colorado.
Okay, so you've been to the San Luis Valley?
I don't know where that is.
Yeah, it's okay in Colorado, so you were,
I've been,
Colorado
Springs, I was out Crested Butte.
Okay.
I think that's supposed to be the highest altitude
The highest alpine plain, right. So yeah, it sounds like you were at the San Luis Valley, which is a hotbed for cattle mutilation. So you're not sure as to if the two are equated, and the aliens have to eat somehow, right? Do they eat food?
I don't know. I don't know what they eat. But I know that, I rode around with the police out there looking for, they took me around, showed me this is where this cattles were mutilated, and how they had hired men to go out and protect the cattle tonight with their loaded guns.
And they were cookie cutter in size,
Yep.
laser precision. So you don't know what to make of that.
No, but somebody was mutilated. I know one thing. One farmer gave me a picture of a calf of his that had been mutilated. And I showed it to this friend of mine, a neurosurgeon, and he looked at it and he said, if you can find out who did that cutting, I want to go in business with him.
That's right, because whoever did it has to be one of the most foremost skilled surgeons on the planet, and you think that they'd want to hang out on their yacht at Miami Beach or play some golf in Hawaii as opposed to going out in sub-zero temperatures in a high alpine valley plain cutting up cows. So I want to ask you about crop circles. What's your take on crop circles? Are they man-made? Are they alien-made, or combination of the two?
They're alien, not UFO made.
They are,
I have a friend who just came back from England.
they are not alien-related.
Oh, I have here. Would you like to see them?
Yeah, are you saying, are they alien?
I got pictures of the new crop circles that were done in August.
Oh, okay.
They are fantastic.
Do you think that they are associated with UFOs?
They have to be.
Okay, they have
Nobody
to be.
on this planet could have the abilities to create them.
Okay. I've examined Doug Bowers and David Shorley are two hoaxers in England that started the crop circle, or started making crop circles in the late 70s, early 80s. They can lay claim to a majority of the crop circles, but not all of them.
No, these two guys, they're more or less hoaxes.
Mm-hmm.
They take a board and they.
Right.
But these, actually, in the crop circles, the wheat is almost like it's braided.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't just flattened; it's swirled.
Some people standing within them can feel hear a hum. Others can put a compass over some sort of Geiger counter, and there are magnetic anomalies involved. Yep. Are you aware that there's sand circles have been found in the deserts of the Sahara, Gobi Desert in China, and ice circles? In fact, an ice circle was found on the frozen Charles River in Medfield, Massachusetts, circa 1993.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, ice circles have been found near the Ross Sea ice shelf in Antarctica. So that these are not just in the barley fields and cornfields of England, they are taking a place across many vast expanses of the globe.
I know there's been crop circles found on the West Coast.
Right, Washington State recently.
Yeah.